I wanted to talk about uh, India Arie basically doing a 360-degree flip flop. Basically, what was this all about? She turns around and, basically calls Joe Rogan out, but then on the flip side, she turns around and says, "Oh, I don't believe he's a racist," but she plays the clip of him using the N word and all this kind of stuff, and then talks about she don't believe in cancel culture. It's always people like her that'll sit up here and demand that people take action against certain people, and then turn right back around and say, "Oh, I forgive them." And okay, so what was this all about? Why did you point this out? For you to sit up there and undermine us, and then say, "Oh, well, I don't think he's a racist." I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people don't want to hear this, but white supremacy continues because of black people, for the most part. And I hate to say this, and I said this a long time ago. If and when it jumps off, for us to take care of business and get to the real enemy, we're gonna have to take care of the flunkies first. And you know what I mean by that. So what was this all about? But this is the reason why people like Joe Rogan continue to get away with saying the stuff that they say. Even though Spotify took off at least 100, they saying they took away 200 videos. Some say 100 plus, but over 100 videos and podcasts have been removed. You know, based off the fact he used the N word. And like I said before, this is why we're in last place. This is why you have people like Joe Biden who pull the most disrespectable, disrespectful. He just disrespected black people in a way that black people could never be disrespected. But this is why this keeps happening, because of people like India Arie who support this stuff, who defend people like Joe Rogan. Oh, hey, appreciate the donation. Really appreciate that. But this is why this will continue. This is why we will always be in last place, because we can't stick together for shit. And that's the sad part about it. You can't play. You cannot. You cannot just play this back in your mind, thinking about how you was ready to support India Arie, and then she turns right back around and just, basically embarrass herself, because she made a fool out of herself. To a certain degree, I know people are like, she embarrassed us, kind of, but then she embarrassed herself. What were you complaining about? Why did you put this out? Then you gonna turn around and say you forgive him? Yeah, she took the bag. She took the bag. She took the bag. She took the bag. And that's all that happened. She took the bag. She sold out. And that's the thing, man. You gotta watch. I told you, man, y'all gotta watch them super, them so-called super flower child purists, power to the people, Afrocentric, dashiki wearing. You gotta watch them niggas. I'm just keeping it a buck. You gotta watch them, man. Because they will disappoint you. They will disappoint you every time. What was this all about? She wasted our time. And like I said, this is what you go through with these celebrities. And this is why you shouldn't take them serious. The same way you shouldn't take people like India Arie telling you, well, you should go after and call guys like Joe Rogan out, and then say, well, you don't think he's a racist. This is why I didn't take none of these black celebrities serious, the ones that was telling us to take the potion. And this is why I didn't take none of these YouTubers that was trying to shame us if we didn't take the potion. And that's why I stopped messing with that cricket looking goofball dude, and I'm some bald headed dude, you know what I'm saying? Because that's all he good for. Fakest B1 dude I ever seen in my life. This thing with me, I take this blackness serious, and I'm gonna continue to take it serious. But at the end of the day, we just gonna have to go after people like India Arie, and she need to be called out. People need to go to her social media accounts, and I'm telling you right now, I'm taking every India Arie song off my phone. We need to cancel her. Since she say Joe Rogan shouldn't be canceled, we need to cancel her. How about we cancel her? Because I'm tired of black people doing this stuff. They call for our help. They say they need our help. They need us to support them. Then they turn right back around and piss on us and betray us and make us look silly. Oh man, I can't do this right now. I can't do this right now. Um, mm-mm. I can't do this right now. So, nah, but like I said before, man, you can always count on a black person to go against the grain. And it was disappointing to hear Jay Prince um, that he defended Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is a racist. Too much evidence. Too much evidence. You gonna sit up there and say, "Oh, I'm gonna take my songs off Spotify because I think he a racist," but then you gonna turn around and say, "I don't think he's a racist." That didn't make no kind of sense. That didn't make no kind of sense. But at the end of the day, we try. But you always have people that will undermine us. Well, I'm not switching up. I'm not switching up because I ain't even trying to hear that. Joe Rogan got too much bad history on his side. I mean, this dude, the Planet of the Apes reference was enough for me. He could have he could have used any type of dialogue except that. He say I'll go into the theater and it in his actual Planet of the Apes. Then he tries to say, well, what I meant was we were high and we went to a movie theater in a black neighborhood. That's all you had to say. But you said it was real life Planet of the Apes. There's no way you can get around that. Now I'm gonna just say this about Willie D. Willie D is off and on sometimes. I'm just keeping it a buck. I like some of the stuff Willie D say, but sometimes Willie D, I cannot disagree with him more. You can't defend what Joe Rogan says, and this is and I'm gonna tell you something. This is the reason why people do the stuff they do and say the stuff they say about black people because they know there's gonna be some black person that's gonna step in front of them and defend them and attack other black people that come for that person. They know that now. They know that. They know that. They know that. But the thing is, Joe Rogan said himself in his apology. If he say it's no excuse for a white person to use that word, why do you have black people sitting up there trying to defend whites or non-blacks that use that word? Because I go through that a lot in the Bay Area. I go through that a lot in the Bay Area where I'll be trying to tell black people that we shouldn't be allowing these Mexicans and these Asians to be using the N-word. Because I'm going to tell y'all something before I get back to work. I and some other people, let's just say at my job, they got a zero tolerance for saying the N-word. They had a meeting a couple of days saying that if they catch anybody using the N-word, they're going to be fired. They made us sign documentation. So, of course, people mad, wondering who did it, who did it. And I love to look on those non-black faces when they, after we left the meeting, when they made them sign paperwork saying that if they get caught saying the N-word, it's a zero tolerance for saying the N-word at my job. Now I ain't gonna say who was behind it. I ain't gonna say who was behind it. I could just tell you this much. I took away people's black cards. I helped take away them black cards. You ain't invited to the barbecue. Like I said, these people that be using that word don't even like black people for the most part. Like it's like dude said, people like the culture, but they just don't like and respect the people who's behind it. I took away them black cards at that job. I took away them black cards. I took away them black cards. You ain't finna be saying that word. I think they are too. I think they are too. Cause after what Joe Biden pulled today, that just goes to show you nobody don't respect black people because black people don't respect each other. Like I said, we will fight against each other for the sake of defending somebody that don't look like us. Look how people defended Teofimo Lopez. Look how people defended Danny Garcia's father. Look how people defended Tyson Fury. Look how people defend Iggy Azalea. Look at how people defend Eminem. But you ask these niggas to speak on police brutality and systematic racism, they silent. So I'm just keeping it a buck. Saying yeah, him too. Look at Whack 100 with his fake ass. Man, Whack 100, he got the right name. Whack 100 is the biggest cornball that I ever seen. Dude is a straight cornball. Talking about dude is a civilian and he justified for no, he isn't. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. But that's what I'm saying. You got black people that love throwing other people monkey wrenches, that love throwing people bones, but they sure don't throw them bones back. They'll leave us dry and hanging. And I want to ask a question before I go. Somebody go to Kamal Bell's YouTube channel and ask him, is he gonna make documentaries about all them people on CNN that's tied to scandals, from Don Lemon to the dude that just quit, to all those people CNN that had at least four employees that left tied to scandals. So ask Kamal Bell, is he gonna make documentaries about them? But anyway, you guys, I'll be back later. We definitely got to talk about Jim Crow Joe basically throwing us the biggest insult in history. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you black and you continue to vote Democrat, you might be the stupidest motherfucker on the face of the earth. Joe Biden made it very clear he doesn't like black people. He don't give a fuck about black people. And he ain't going to do shit for black people. Except give us crack pipes. Anyway, I'm out.